Hi, I'm Laurie Azzarella, and I'm here with my little elf friend, hopefully to help you have a better, healthy holiday season with Reflex-OIL-ogy. We're so happy you're here. We're happy to share. This is me, Laurie Azzarella. I am the founder of Reflex-OIL-ogy. I have been a reflexologist for over 30 years. I was introduced to reflexology through a massage therapist who began to work my feet one day during a massage. And I was like, what is that? Why does that hurt so much? And she explained to me that the feet all have reflexes that correspond to every organ, gland, and part of your body. And I found this fascinating because I had lost my hair when I was 7 years old due to an autoimmune disorder. And I had been looking for ways to help myself naturally with healing. And so this was just phenomenal. It empowered me and it just encouraged me. It gave me hope and it validated everything I was feeling in my body. Since then, I have been an instructor for the International Institute of Reflexology for over 20 years now. I have been with my favorite essential oil company since 1998. And I have learned, I've studied herbology, I've studied massage therapy, and I also have a special education degree in education. So I feel very qualified to share with you because you are very special. Anyways, moving forward, I'm hoping I will be Santa Claus for you today and give you some insights to help yourself, your family, your clients, and your loved ones. The feet are amazing. They're just simply amazing. Just when I look just at the structure of the foot itself, these tiny little things support all of your body and move you forward in life. It's just, they give you your stance. They run, they walk, they skip, they kick, they move you. And they connect you to the earth. And besides that, they represent and give you access to every organ, every gland, every muscle, every nerve, every body part, every sore tooth, every tennis elbow, aching elbow, knees, everything can be accessed through your feet. And it's just such an amazing thing. Our Creator is beyond our comprehension. And He created our bodies to function in the perfection to which He designed us to be. We're made in His image. However, as I say, life gets in the way of living, and we do things to our bodies. We take things into our bodies that are not always good for us, knowingly or unknowingly. And these things, okay, will settle down into the reflex areas of our feet. Why? Because our circulatory system, all of these toxins, crepitus, those long names on packaged boxes that we've ingested, or commercial food, Lord knows what GMO food is doing to us now and what we're ingesting, but all of those foods that we have taken in, chemicals we breathe, knowing or unknowingly, personal care products, all of this has gone into our bodies and has settled down into our feet, into our hands. Have you ever gotten up out of bed one day and your feet, you step down and your feet are stiff and they feel like, oh my gosh, I'm walking on glass or something like that. And after a while you forget because it goes away. Well, those are the toxins that end up in these reflex areas. And I like to think of reflex areas as doorways through the musculature of our feet that can go up into our bodies miraculously. I think it's just a miracle. Now, I have been a reflexologist for a long time, like I said, over 30 years, and people's feet have become more and more toxic. And I think people now, we need to take a strong stance and we need our feet to be clearer. We need to be able to decipher energy correctly. I think it's going to be very important for us. So the reflexes on the feet are very important for us to anoint. We must anoint them with life force essential oils. Using life force essential oils, number one, we use such a small amount. We're not coating the foot in essential oils. We use less than a drop of essential oil because the reflexes are so small. And you notice there's a reflex on the foot for every part of your body. So we're going to be going through some of these today. And I want to to a little bit. So if you're just used to anointing your oils with feet, that's a great step. If you're just used to using reflexology or rubbing your feet without essential oils, I have a next step to you to add the oils. So we will keep going with this and see how I can enlighten you. When we add a drop of oil, we notice on the right foot, these are a pair of feet facing you, and the right foot is having an oil dropped into the ball of the foot. The ball of the foot represents your chest, your lungs. It could also be your upper back. So adding essential oil, what essential oil is oil that would be good for the respiratory system. So we need to understand what makes an essential oil and how they're supposed to be used. We could also add essential oil on the left foot. It's going into the intestinal area. We're going to be talking about digestion as well today. Now, this little drop is just a little video, but we don't need more than one drop. It's a great way to sustain your oil usage because with Reflex-OIL-ogy, you need a small amount of oil on the bottom of the feet to create a difference if you're using a pure, life force, frequency, therapeutic grade essential oil. Now, Reflex-OIL-ogy, when you add essential oils to the feet, and then you use what we call an alternating pressure, what happens is you're now taking the very concentrated oxygen that's found in that essential oil and you're pushing it through the musculature of the feet up into the body to where that reflex area will lead you to. Our classes in Reflex-OIL-ogy have been, what we do is we teach you a lot about how your body was created to function without all the congestion and the imbalances that we add to it. And we also teach you the choices that you make, how it affects your health. And of course, we teach you about the reflexes and essential oils. Now this holiday season, hopefully you're going to have a wonderful, joyous, grateful one. But I know a lot of us have had changes in our lives right about this time. And so this can cause some anxiety, stress, and conflict. But I want you to know that my gift to you this holiday, this is my gift to you this holiday season, that I hopefully can bring you some joy through Reflex-OIL-ogy. Because I really feel that Reflex-OIL-ogy is a way to reconnect. It is a way to reconnect with the loved ones in your home. It's a way for you to connect with strangers across the sea because we can all share. We all have hands and feet. So it's very important and we need touch. We need to be reaching out. Our hands are meant to embrace. Okay. And the bottom of our feet, what is the bottom of our feet called? Our souls. So we need to have that soul connection. And I do pray that this class will help you with this. So feel free to share this with other people. It will be a free class all the way through to the new year. So it won't, and then it'll probably go away. But I do hope that you will have the opportunity to share the link, share this resource with others. And I hope you'll be able to share it hands-on with someone you love. Now, Reflex-OIL-ogy, what makes it work is truly that it is an energy modality. Everything in life is frequency. Everything has an in and out. Our breath goes in and out, right? Our heartbeats go in and out. Everything has this wave-like pattern in our lives. And so do what I call life force essential oils. They have a frequency. A frequency is a measure of this vibration. Now, you guys know about frequency. You know when you are high, okay, and happy, your frequency is high. And you know when you're sad or you're lonely or you're not feeling well, that energy is low energy. So when we use Reflex-OIL-ogy, what we're trying to do is we're trying to shift that energy through the reflexes of the feet using our essential oils. I'm going to have you help yourself a little bit and practice alternating pressure. This is what makes using the essential oils on your feet so pertinent and so appropriate because it will maximize that alternating pressure. And I want you to think of a flow, like a wave, or just an on-off breathing, right, moving through. So you can take your arm, and I like to take my arm closest, I don't care which hand you use. And so I take the hand closest to my body, push, and the other one is on the outside, like you're doing like powwow, right? So this hand is going to be on the outside. So this is how we do the thumb walk. Your fingers are there because you're going to be squeezing your thumb against your fingers. Very important. You're going to squeeze, push your thumb forward. It's like stepping on the gas pedal, so to speak. You're going to push that thumb forward, engage it, and then just wiggle. Just wiggle that very first joint. It's just that first joint of your thumb. You're not wiggling all bunch, just a little slight wiggle, okay? Now, if you have nails or you want more pressure, tilt your hand. So you have your hand with the thumb pad down. Now just rotate your wrist, and now you're going to be on that edge of your thumb that when you put your hand on the table, that's the edge that you rest on. It's how the hand is naturally meant to be. Nothing that you do should be hurting you, okay? So there's no strain. There should be no strain on your hands or your thumbs. So relax, and you're simply going to be squeezing your thumb against your fingers, and your arm's going to be in the way, okay? The biggest thing here is how deep do you go? Press down, squeeze till you feel resistance, and then back up just a smidgen so you can move. Then step on the gas, push that thumb forward. So the thumb is always going forward. Think of a plow, and we're pushing this energy. You're going to be pushing energy. You're going to push essential oil. We're going to put on your feet. You're going to push that energy through the musculature of the feet up into the organ gland or the body part. Holiday stress can bring a lot and show up a lot of different ways in our bodies. We can have the stress of headaches, overthinking, right? Chest pain filled with worry, with anxiety, even digestive issues. I know when I'm upset, I tend to eat, and I tend to eat the wrong things. Can I say an amen anywhere? Then I toss and turn at night because my digestion is upset and I can't sleep. And then you wake up the next morning, you're doing the same thing. And so you get exhausted. This is not a good setup for us to maintain health and well-being. Our immune system can get really compromised with lack of sleep, obviously, and poor digestion and stress, tense muscles. Cold, sweaty hands and feet, that is a signal of your endocrine system or your hormone system having a challenge. Let's just say they're challenged. Okay, so hopefully we're going to help you now. I'd love for you to kick your shoes off right now and find a loved one in the house that is going to come and share with you. And get your oils, grab your oils. We sent you a list. There's a list of essential oils that we'll have there for you. So these, believe me, these are not exclusive in any ways. These are not, there's many, many more out there. It's not a complete list. There's many, many more, but I'll tell you the categories we're going to be working on today. Relieve means we're going to be relieving muscle aches and pains. So whatever works for you, if it's a CBD roller or oil, that's great. Copaiba or peppermint or wintergreen, lavender sometimes works for muscles really well. So we have these blends. These are Young Living blends that I'm referring to because that is my oil company of choice. But your oil company, you may find that some work for you. We're also going to be talking about uplifting our spirits. So things that make us happy. I think citrus oils make everybody happy, and they're very familiar. So lemon, citrus, orange, grapefruit, Christmas spirit. That's my favorite right now. Joy, fir trees can do it for some people. Cedar woods, anything like that. Valor is a blend, again, acceptance. Winter nights, new oil coming out. It's just wonderful that you'd be able to use these things. We're going to be talking also about digestion. So grab your oil that you want for digestion, whether it be patchouli or ginger, or maybe spearmint, or aroma ease, or digize, or peppermint. And then we have support. We're going to be talking about ways that we can support our immune system, because we don't want the stress ever of holidays or life in general to get to us and weaken our immune system. So pick your oils, get your oils, and grab them and have them handy for you. Have them right there handy for you. I choose, now you can, oh, my other ones are over there. I choose to use oils with a roller cap. I don't know if you can see this here. I like to use the roller bottles, mainly because when I'm working on the feet, it's just so much easier just to do a little dab will do you, just a little dab. And I don't drop the oils. I don't spill them. I use such a small amount, and I found it very, very helpful. I cleanse the feet before I use the roll-ons, and it's been delightful. When I first started, I would have to uncap the oil, and I'd have to put it on my thumb, and then on my thumb I'd put it on the foot, and I spilled. There was more oil on the floor than it was going forward. So I had a real challenge with that. And then the aroma glides came in, roller bottles came in, and to me, it's just so much easier to use. I do use the oils neat. I don't dilute them. Some blends do have a carrier oil in them, but again, we're using such a small amount of oil, and it makes my oil supply very sustainable. You can see I have my oils all lined up there with Miss Elsa. I have her in a zero gravity chair. This is how reflexologists like to work. If you don't have this, a recliner works fine. I work with my friend sitting in the couch. She's on one end, on the other end. We put our feet in each other's laps and we work simultaneously together. So any way that you feel fine, on the bed, in a chair, just make sure you have some feet in front of you as we go forward, or your own foot if you can get up on your lap. So again, the feet are a microcosm of your body, and they will reflect all aspects of your body, whether they be physically, mental, emotionally, or spiritual. Remember, it is the soul we're working on. So we're going to tend to find, for example, to relieve stiff necks, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to also talk about some sore shoulders. So what I want you to point out in this diagram is that the feet, the toes of the feet represent the head, the ball of the foot is going to be the chest, upper back, and then the middle of the foot is going to be all the digestive area. From the ball of the foot down to here is all going to be digestion, and then the heel is going to represent your pelvic area. So knowing where your issues are, you can easily find them on the feet. So stiff neck. Oh, yes. Everybody's getting stiff necks. Not sleeping right, not the right pillow, texting too much with our heads down, working, reading, whatever we're doing. Again, we have some wonderful oils: peppermint, lavender, copaiba, stress away, deep relief, pan away. And also we have the raindrop kit. Now this is a Young Living set of oils that I would say, what a great holiday gift, because you can just simply anoint the feet with these. You can anoint your spine with these. All of these oils in here are wonderful. Plus you get these two huge bottles of carrier oil and a V6 oil, Ortho Ease rather, to help with those sore muscles. Now on the foot, where the neck is going to be, so we're going to look at this large toe right here, the big toe. And all the little toes will represent, we can go into and work the little toes the same way as I'm going to show you about the big toe. So feel free to do that. But the neck of the toe is going to represent your neck. Now you have this, what we call the occipital ridge. It's right in the back where your hairline is, and that's where your skull meets your neck. And that's full of a lot of tendons. And where that's going to be is right where the pad of the toe here is attached to the neck. So she's going to go ahead and she's going to anoint this area with a little bit of essential oil. And then she's lifting that large toe up, kind of lifting your neck up, right? And pulling the toe over the tip and the pad of the thumb. And if you angle your thumb on the side, you can really get into that occipital ridge, that edge of the large toe. And it's very, very nice and very helpful. You can also walk across with the pad of your toe. So this is really going to be helpful. Now remember, you can do this on both feet. Okay, so I'm only going to be showing you one foot at a time, but go ahead and play with both feet. Now you may notice one toe is going to be more sensitive than another, maybe because that's the side that is more tight for you, that's more congested. So you can also apply the oils onto your neck before you use it, before you work your toes. But I find that when you work the feet, you're connecting the energy from the head all the way through the body to the feet. Because remember, your feet are your foundation. They're the foundation for your wellness. And so we want to make sure we're moving that energy, that supportive earth energy through the body. So this is going, you may feel some tightness in there, some crepitus, some crunchies. And that's good. The essential oil is going to make it feel better. Keep working on it and see. Now, if you don't get success with one oil, try a different oil. The alternating pressure, on, off, on, off. You're always flipping a light switch. Now, the other place that a lot of people hold a lot of stress and tension is in their, by those shoulder blades, right in the center of your upper back, right? Oh, yes, that's a hard place to get to. In fact, you can try doing this move and stretching by getting your arms up and over, raise your elbow up, and you'll see one side is going to be tighter than the other side. Ooh, see if you can touch your fingers. So we're going to help open this up. On the feet, underneath the little toe is going to be your shoulder, and then you're going to have your scapula here. So we're going to be working the scapula, and these muscles that you see here, the subscapularis muscles, are between the scapula or your angel wing and your rib cage. So it's very hard to get to. They're stuck right against your body. So Reflex-OIL-ogy for this is very, very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and anoint that little triangle of tissue. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work this area. I'm going to work the shoulder right underneath the little toe. From there, I'm going to work over to the scapula. And it is just, I find this extremely helpful. And it helps to ease that. You'd be surprised how effective working the muscles are on the feet. It's really, really quite effective. Keep the space between your index finger and your thumb open. That will give you more, what we call leverage, more movement, right? So your thumb doesn't have to do all that work. It can move with your hand. Now here's a little bit, if you don't have a foot to help you with, again, on your feet, underneath the small finger is going to be your shoulder reflex right here. And then you're going to have in the soft pad of your hand, in the palm of your hand is going to be the scapula. So you can go ahead and work this. Really see how she's moving her hand into her thumb using the alternating thumb walk. It's very important. And then she's going to work on that scapula. Now, I have found that working with the oils on the hands, the more effective way is to add a drop of essential oil to the palm of your hand. So even if I use the roller balls, what I do is I just put a little swipe in the palm of the client's hand or my hands, rub them together and breathe in. And when you breathe in with intention and breathe into the scapula area, breathe into that area of pain. And then you can go back and you can walk that again. And you should notice a difference. Now we teach, it's very amazing. We teach classes in the muscular system using the reflexes of the feet to relieve deep muscles. And it is an extremely exciting module. Everybody that takes it is so impressed. It really shows the effectiveness of your essential oils. Mood swings can really be exacerbated during the holidays, and that's so unfortunate. So we're going to need some, this girl looks so sad. I feel so bad for her. She needs a diffuser. Okay. Diffusing your oils around the house, it will make whoever comes into the house just feel so much more comfortable, healthier, and better. Use oils that are uplifting to change your mood. Citrus oils, very, very helpful. Yangling helps to balance the energies of the body. Fir trees give us nice support. Fir trees, that's why we bring the Christmas trees inside. So use your blends, use your essential oils to uplift those mood swings. Stress has many, many causes. People being under pressure, the bills coming in with no money, facing big changes. We've gone through, the whole country, the whole world's been going through a lot of worry. And things that you don't have control over tend to stress you more, okay? So we often will have overwhelming sense of responsibility for our loved ones, our family, our children, our elderly, and not having enough work or activity. We're stuck at home a lot of times. There's no change. This can also, believe it or not, being a couch potato can create stress within your internal organs. This is definitely a time of uncertainty for most of us, and this is why reflexology is so important. I kind of want to sum up all of these just for a little bit so that we'll focus on the lack of support, because I think all of this could be kind of summed up in that way. And when we're not feeling supported, we tend to have mood swings. Let's put it that way, okay? Our feet are our foundation of our bodies, and our spine is what carries us upright, right? So the feet are the foundation, and the spine is your center post. And so the energy moves from the earth up through our bodies into our heads into heaven. So we have this continuous flow of heaven to earth energy. So if we are feeling unsupported, one of the first things that usually will show up is our backs. Our backs will hurt. I want to share with you the points, the different aspects of your body. So you have your spine. I don't know where my cursor went to. So you have your spine. The cervical spine is in your neck, and it's related to the toes. I had my little cursor. I don't know where it went to. I'm looking like, where is it? But so what I want you to understand is if you look at the curvature of your spine, it's related to the curvature of your foot. So the neck will curve in, and then you have your thoracic spine that curves out. And then you have your lumbar spine, which curves in again. And then you have your coccyx or your tailbone, okay, or sit bone. Now, the interesting thing with each one of these aspects, so if your neck is hurting, okay, if we have a lot of neck issues, emotionally, this is about how flexible are we? Are we having a hard time being flexible with life changes? Is our upper back hurting this? This is often when we have emotional, we're overburdened, we're over-worried, we're overstressed, we're over-responsible. Our lower back, if it's, right above the waistline, that low back, we get really tight back there and really achy. This has a lot to do with our ability to make discernment, to make decisions, and also to assimilate, to be able to digest life. Our low back has a lot to do about feeling secure. And a lot of times this is our financial security, okay? It's our provision, it's feeling safe, okay? This is mainly why a lot of people have low back problems. And then the coccyx or the tailbone, this is our purpose. And you know that feeling when you're sitting in a chair or somebody pulls the chair out or the rug out from underneath you, okay? You thought you had everything planned, and then boom, the plans are gone. So what we're going to be doing through the feet is we're going to work on this, and we're going to be using our essential oils on the reflex of the feet here. So choose your essential oil, and what we're doing is we're going to try to align this spine, align that energy from heaven to earth and earth to heaven as we're working down. So any of these oils here are fine to roll them on. Now you can see in this little, there's my cursor, you can see here's the neck, and then the thoracic, and we have the lumbar here. And what she's showing you is you want, and these are not in your foot. I just wanted you to show, I drew these in. Your spine, these little tiny bones are not in your feet. What's in your feet are these big bones called the talus bones, okay? And where you're going to want to walk with your thumb is you're going to be wanting to walk right, use the bone as like a curb, so you can follow the curvature of the foot. And you're going to use your thumb, and you're going to feel that. So the bone is up here, where her thumb is, and she's walking right below that, but she's using the bone as a guideline, okay? And I like that she marked her foot all up, so you can kind of see this would be the sacrum, and there's the coccyx. So this kind of gives you that curvature, you see. So you can put the oil on of your choice, and I like to just roll it all the way around, just roll it all the way down, connecting the energy from heaven to earth and earth to heaven. And I push the foot back, and I'm going to grasp with my fingers and my thumb, and I squeeze, and I'm going to use that alternating pressure. And pay attention if you're feeling any tenderness, because especially in this area here, in this area that you just finished, this is the low back. So we know if we're having issues here, we have to reclaim our security, that we are secure, okay? That we are taken care of and we're feeling secure. So as we go up, that we can assimilate life, our digestion is good, we can make right decisions, and then emotionally we don't have to be overburdened. We can give all this to our Creator. And then to be flexible, to be able to see both sides of an issue as we're working. This will help lift your emotions. This will help people, help them feel connected, that they are conduits of heaven energy coming down to earth. And we send everything that earth that's bothering us up to heaven, because, you know, we can't deal with it ourselves. So this is this flow of energy, this on-off frequency. So the left foot is going to correspond to the left side of your spine, and the right foot is going to correspond to the right side of the spine. This is very, very important. You notice I have the raindrop oils over here, so I apply all the raindrop oils one by one on the spinal reflex and walk up, and it is amazing the effects that it does have. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to help people feel connected again. Connected to their source, connected to their earth. We are all energy beings in human form being connected to the earth here. So a little self-help for our spine as we go through this. Our spine is right here. That is going to be our sacrum. There's our low back. And then we have our thoracic area. And then we have our neck. So I like to kind of just really move the hand with your thumb here. Don't be rigid about it. Have the hand relaxed, manipulate it, move it, enjoy it. Flex your hand over your thumb. This will give you a little bit more leverage that you can work with. This is going to be your low back. There's your coccyx, sacrum, low back. This is where a lot of issues are. And then we're coming up here when it gets to that fatty part of your thumb. And you'll feel the bone in here as well. So stay on the one side of it. Don't walk on the bone. Another way to work this is with all of your fingers, okay? You can just use your fingers, or maybe just one finger feels easy for you. But remember, it's the on, off frequency flow. Now, again, you're going to want to put oil into your hands, cup it and breathe it into your back. If you can't get the oil onto your back, that's wonderful, but work it on your hands. And remember, work both hands, right? So the right hand's going to be the right side of your spine. And again, you can work it many, many different ways here. Many ways how you can work it with your fingers or individual fingers. But this is basically the on-off is very, very important to getting those oils into your body, into the spine. We also have, this is also an online course you can do, the Reflex-OIL-ogy of the nervous system with Raindrop is an online course that you can take. And we go through all the plexuses of the nerves, all through the feet. Very, very effective, because I'll tell you, I have had nerve pain. I've had neuropathy. I was disabled for 18 months and unable to work. And Reflex-OIL-ogy, and also had a herniated neck. They wanted to do surgery, and I said no. So I just use oils and Reflex-OIL-ogy and massage and chiropractic. And really quite helpful. So learning where to work this for people is a godsend. And I was very grateful for those people helping me at that time. Oh, so good, and oh, too much. Oh, we're moving on to digestion, folks. Isn't that what the holidays are about? My goodness. So grab your peppermint oil, your ginger, spearmint, digest, whatever you have, because we have to undo the overdue. And little kids can get this as well, right? They get so excited. And poor Santa, he has an issue. One of the things you can do is to do your own abdominal massage, okay? We're gonna be working on the feet, but you can take your tummy jize, or you can take dijize or aroma ease or whatever you have. And remember, you can work on the abdomen itself. So when you work on the abdomen, you're always going to work in the arrows, the way the arrows go. So you come up on the right side, across the waistline, and then come down on the left. Very important, don't work in the opposite direction, okay? You always want to make sure you work in that clockwise. So just make little circles and work around and around and around and around and around. And it's wonderful. The best thing to do is lay on your back with your knees bent so this area is relaxed. Now, this is a new technique that we're going to be doing. I like this one. It's kind of easy. If you had trouble with the thumb walk, what you're going to be doing with this one, and you really need another person to do this with. You can't do it on yourself, or you can do it on your thigh, okay? But your thumbs are going to go sort of like windshield wipers. When one is straight, the other one is bent. So it's sort of an on-off pressure. And the hand that's above, or the direction that you want to go, is the one that's going to be leading it and pulling and moving. You actually have to move that hand forward. So you're going to be pressing in and then straightening the thumb, and pressing in and straightening the other thumb. So it's a more like a cat, you know how they knead sometimes? And it's a wonderful way to work. Remember, we're working up the arm in this case. So it's on, off, straighten and bend, straighten and bend. And this is what we're doing to create an alternating pressure. Okay. Straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Keep your thumb tips, see how close they are together. This is very helpful, keeping the thumb tips together, and one hand doesn't get worn out. So it's kind of nice, right? You're both working as teamwork. We like teamwork. So that is called the alternating, what do I call it? Windshield wipers, kneading thumbs. So our intestinal reflexes, now in our course we go through and we talk about all the whole, we'll go through every sphincter, every valve that's in here, but we're going to be focusing today on the intestinal area. Did you know this area, your tummy, when you put your hand on your tummy, there's 22 feet of intestines in there. How does that fit in there? And then your colon, this big one here, this has 6 feet. It's about as long as you are tall. I guess so if you're 4 foot tall, it's a 4 foot long too. But my gosh, that's a lot, isn't it, on that area? So where we're going to find this on the feet is about halfway. You're going to feel this fifth metatarsal head. There's underneath this lateral side, there's going to be a little bone that sticks out here, and that's our waistline. It's about half in the middle of the foot. And then you're going to go all the way down to the heel. And you're going to see this whole area in here. And I kind of go, you're going to do 3 walks with the thumb. And this will cover your transverse colon, the small intestine as well. So that's where we're going to be walking. I like to go ahead and just anoint this area. If you're having a tummy ache, you can put the oil all the way around, or if you know exactly where it is, like this reflexologist did. But go ahead and you're going to use those kneading thumbs. And remember, this is one organ, so it's going to be on both feet. So you're using the kneading thumbs, and make this relax. Notice the foot is moving with this. So yeah, it's sort of like a dance. You're moving and moving and moving with it. It's sort of kind of nice, and getting those bowels to relax, those intestines to open up and push that gas bubble out of there, right? And relax this area. And again, you can use your essential oil if you want. If someone's really, I give them essential oil and I tell them breathe it in. Breathe it into your tummy as I'm working on it. And some of you have vitality oils that you can ingest in well. But I'll tell you, I don't go anywhere when I travel. I always have my digestive oil with me. Very important. This class is great. We're just, this class is on the gastrointestinal tract. This is an online class that you can take, by the way. And you can learn all the way from the teeth, how they're reflected on each toe. We go through every valve, the esophagus, acid reflux, the pleural valve, all the valves that go through, and all the way into the anus and the rectum. So it's a great way to be able to help each other with the feet. And let's look at some support. Be proactive. Anoint your feet with those oils. Get those oils out and get them on your toesies. We don't want any sniffles, coughs, or sneezes, do we? Remember, God created those leaves of the trees, and look how they look. He created them for our healing and for our breath. We have a symbiotic relationship with nature, and I love that. You know, God could have put Adam and Eve anywhere, but where did he put them? In a garden. And where are we living? In houses, in apartment buildings, away from the gardens. That's why using your essential oils, bringing them into your homes is so important. The lungs actually look like the trees, right? With the bronchioles. Isn't that a beautiful picture? So I really believe as we're coming in, you know, and our feet being the foundation, we're to walk on the ground, and we're to use the gifts of the plants as healing for ourselves. So we're going to be looking at, first of all, the sinuses in this area. You have 4 pairs of sinuses, and of course they're located in the toe along with the nose. So we can go ahead and we can anoint all the toes with oil. And I tell you, I do this just about every night. So I think it's just a very, very important thing to do. I love to anoint the toes. Frankincense is great for this. Clove has a lot of antioxidant properties. Lemon, of course, will help to cut that mucus feeling. Thieves, I'm sure everybody has heard of thieves, the miraculous thieves. Everybody is using thieves right now. It is an important blend. It has cloves, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary in it. Exodus 2, if you have not heard, that's more of a biblical oil usage, and it's a beautiful, beautiful oil smell, so you will enjoy that as well. So to work, once you have anointed the toes, go ahead and lift up, and now go up the pad of the toe before you're working on the neck. So now you're going to be able to, and I like this technique because you can kind of push in with your thumb and pull your toe over your thumb, okay? It makes it a little bit easier. And now this doesn't work well with fingernails, ladies. So go ahead and you can use the side of your thumb if you need to. But see, we're pressing in. We're also doing that thumb walk as we're lifting and bending the toe over. Now, on the little toes, I like to go and start at the bottom of the neck of the toe because the sinuses have to drain. And so the neck of the little toes are all this neck down here and into the lymphatics. So go ahead and just do the same thing. Walk up. Notice the thumb walk is going up into the pad of the toes. You don't have to. If one hand gets tired, switch to the other hand. It's quite fine. So you're switching up and just lifting. Now, don't smash those toes down. Lift the toes. Lift the toes up as you're pulling them over the tip of the thumb. Okay. Toes are funny little things, aren't they? It's kind of hard to get into those little ones. Do the best you can. This is where using your oils on the feet makes up for your little lack of expertise in the technique. But do try to do this. And remember, work both feet. The toes on the right are for the right sinuses, and the toes on the left are for the left sinuses. But sinuses can give us a lot of problems. You know, there's such an intricate thing, the whole nasal cavity and the sinuses. And they're meant to moisten and filter the air that we breathe before it goes into our lungs. So hopefully we can keep them clear, right? Now we're also going to be working on the lungs. So the lungs, again, are going to be on the ball of the foot. And the lungs fill up both sides of the body. So you need to do this on both feet. So we just anoint our lungs, first of all, with an oil. And this can be really good. We can focus maybe on the lungs if we want, but we can also focus on the bronchioles. So this is what she was showing you there, wiggling her fingers around, is we're pushing and pulling at the same time with the fingers, okay? It's not just poking with your thumbs. It's moving. So the fingers are rocking the foot. Notice how the foot is opening. So you have the bones of the feet in there, and those metatarsal bones can get all crunched up from being in shoes and being really tight. And I feel like sometimes that's how our lungs feel, all stuck up in the rib cage, right? So as you're doing this, you want to kind of stretch and move and open up that foot so that your body can, the upper respiratory system, the ribs, everything can kind of move more and open. Take a deep breath. Expand those ribs, okay? Expand that diaphragm, lift up and breathe. Use your essential oils. Breathe into that. And I'll tell you what I love about Reflex-OIL-ogy. I get as much benefit working on someone else's feet because the oils are right there. And it's great social distancing at this time in our lives. So working on feet away from each other, 5-6 feet away, and I have their feet in my lap, enjoying the fragrance of the essential oils as I'm focusing on helping their body. And it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. Now, this is the picture, the video on this is probably not that great because I was trying to show you and take the picture at the same time. Oh, notice the self, elf. Okay, so there's a little elf in self-help. I just wanted to point that out to y'all. But I wanted to show you that when you have your feet, so basically when I'm in bed lying down after I anoint my feet, I will do this because I just bring my knees to my chest and I can work my lungs, I can work my intestines, I can work this whole area of my foot with the on-off pressure. So I hope you get the gist of this. So if you can do that, I will put, and a lot of times I will layer oils on my feet. You know, I'll put some, I don't know, maybe I'll put Valor on, I'll put some Thieves on, I'll put some Rutavala on, I'll put, you know, Tranquil or Lavender. I put whatever I want on and I will walk it this way. And it's so amazing that on-off pressure, what it does, it invigorates my feet, but it relaxes my body and it feels so good. I feel like I'm washing away all the cares of the world from the day. Now here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to open up those metatarsals again. I'm doing the lung press here. So you can add your little regimen in here and kind of swirl that and go that away. I'll show that to you again. Let me do that video again. I didn't have it on repeat. So remember, because you got 2 feet. So it's a very easy way for you to do this for self-help. If you can get your, you know, bend your knees, lay on your back, get your knees bent, and you should be able to, if you can reach your feet. Some people can't, and so then we have the hands that you can do it with as well. But I find this very effective to help. If I know I have an issue somewhere, I focus it with the essential oil for that aspect, and then I focus more on that part of the foot. But I like to wiggle those metatarsals. I like to open that up, and I love doing the lung press. It's just really helpful to, you know, everything is on our feet gets reflected. And remember, the ball of the foot is not just the chest, but it's that upper back from when we have been overworked, right, and pushing forward. So our chest needs to be opened, and that really, really helps to do it. So we are working on getting the respiratory system up online. You notice we've had some technical difficulties, but we will get this up for you very soon. We're aiming for December 1st, but I would say go ahead and register for it now. It's a great system to take advantage of and to learn more about during what we're experiencing around the world right now. So I think this system would be very, very helpful for you. And it is reduced. So it's a pre-launch sale. So it's only $100 for an 8-hour course. And there are also, we are a CEU provider. So I would say, take a look at it. I think you would enjoy it a lot. We also have this one if you don't want to spend that money. You know, these make nice gifts as well. We do have a gift certificate option for you. But Heads on Toes is all different ways to work the toes. It is a $10, I think it's an hour, maybe hour and a half webinar that you can listen to. And you can check that out as well. It's just working everything. There's also one for family care for dealing with little kids. So I'm trying to help you to take care of yourself, to use your essential oils more wisely, to use your feet more wisely, and to have a good, strong foundation for your wellness. Please take the time to like us on Facebook. Also, we are on YouTube. There's more videos on YouTube for you as well. Please subscribe to our channel there. There's many videos there, and we keep posting them for you. Also, Facebook, Reflex-OIL-ogy. Please like our page and comment. Also, I would like to invite you to our Instagram page. Guess what? It's all Reflex-OIL-OG. Reflex-OIL-ogy. So pretty easy to remember and pretty easy to find. We have some online classes. We're going to be adding to that as well. We also have live classes, and we're looking for hosts to host us next year because we believe that 2021 is going to be a great year, and we miss you so much. We want to get our hands on your feet. You have to experience Reflex-OIL-ogy, and there's much, much more to it. We go through an assessment program and a much more, of course, detailed identification of the systems and the oils and all chemical constituents of the oils and etc. We also, I am happy to be a speaker for your groups, whether it's cyberly or in person. I would adore that. I would be honored. So please take a look. And if you have any questions or comments, just go to Reflex-OIL-ogy.com and give us a shout out. I'm so pleased and blessed that you were here. I would have taken your questions during the webinar. However, if you have any questions about this, please feel free to go ahead and give us an email. Contact@Reflex-OIL-ogy.com is fine, or Laurie@Reflex-OIL-ogy.com is fine. Deborah and I are here for you. I really hope that you have been blessed by what I shared with you here today, and I encourage you to share what you have learned. Please be respectful of the material since it is all copyrighted, but we do have this webinar up for everybody to enjoy for the holidays. It is my holiday gift to you, and I pray blessings over you, wellness over you and yours, and step into the future, into nature's living energy.